A warm welcome to all the viewers. Friends, in this video, I am going to quickly show you how you can install and load the data in Power BI. If you have not gone through the introductory video on Power BI, you may like to go back and check on that video wherein I have explained why do we use Power BI, what are the features and what is the utility of this software, especially important for intelligent business decisions. That's why BI, business intelligence, right? So let us quickly go and see from where to download it and how to install and then load the data into it. So when you are on Google, you just need to type in Power BI download from Microsoft Store in case you want to download it from the Microsoft Store and you have a Microsoft login ID with you. In case you don't have a Microsoft login ID, then you can download this same thing, download Power BI from Microsoft, not from the Microsoft Store. So when I go on download Power BI from Microsoft, as I don't want to log in into my Microsoft Store, I can download the Power BI desktop application from this option. So when I go and check on this option, I will get something like this. Get the Power BI tools and apps you need, and it will say download PBI desktop. So I just scroll down and I go to advanced download options. So when I click on advanced download options, I'll get an option to get this thing on my desktop. Select the language, it's English, and then I press on download. It will download a file which is of 661.7 MB on my desktop, and it's a 64-bit version, so you can download this thing and it gets updated on monthly basis. Now the difference is when you download the same thing from Microsoft Store, it will update automatically. But when you have the desktop version, which you have downloaded and installed from Microsoft directly, this one, then you need to update it every month manually. So that's also quite easy because you don't want to sign in into your Microsoft account, or maybe you don't have a Microsoft account. So that's perfectly fine. You can go in with Microsoft Power BI desktop application. It looks like this: PBI desktop setup 64-bit. It's an executable file which you can run and install on your system. So once you have installed this thing, you need to run Power BI. And first, let me show you the DAX codes. What is data analysis expressions, which are especially used? It's a library of functions and operators that can be combined to build formulas and expressions in Power BI. Extremely useful. So how can you get this list? You can easily get this list. When you click over here, you go to DAX syntax, this page from Microsoft itself, and here on the left side bottom you see download PDF is mentioned. So download PDF is mentioned, from where you can download the PDF version, which will have all the expressions which are used. They are like syntax, they are like formulas which have to be used to perform a particular calculation or mathematical computation. So you'll get a list from here when you go into download PDF, and you can get it. Otherwise, you can check them online also through these options available on the left. So this is about data analysis expression DAX, which is used in Power BI. Now let us see how does it look like. So once you will open it for the first time, the interface will look like this on your desktop, and it can run offline also. So no need for internet connection once you have downloaded and installed it. You only need internet connection when you want to share in the file through the Microsoft Power BI publish service. So that is Power BI service. It's known as Power BI service, from where you can upload the reports or dashboards which you have created and share it with others. Go to blank report, because select a data source or start with a blank report. So I can start with a blank report. I click on blank report, and then it will say add data to your report. So the first thing which we do for any kind of software is learn how to load the data. So once the data is loaded, the data will appear in the data pane. So here you see 4 panes: report view, the top one, and second is the table view, third is the model view, and fourth is the DAX query view, and fifth is TMDL view. So what you have to do is, first you have to import the data. It can take in data from different sources. Let me show you. Get data, you just click over here, get data, and these are the common data sources from where you can feed in the data in Power BI, right? If you click on more, you get more options. You see here so many kind of options given over here. Since our data in this case is in Excel format, I have the sample data in Excel format, I can go ahead and click the Excel format and get that data. Before we get that data, let me show you what we are going to do with that data. So I have a business case study with me which says that the distributor for 5 mobile brands, each having 3 varied price models launched under rupees 15,000 with minimal changes in basic features, like it may have different color, battery capacity, internal storage, in Maharashtra state of India. He wants to rate and reward its wholesalers. He has 20 wholesalers across the major cities in the state. So in 5 major cities of the state, based upon the first quarter sales data of year 2026, he wants to compare that what was the performance and how much sales was generated in the first quarter as compared to the previous year 2025. So he has the data for 2025 as well as 2026. Now he also wants to strengthen the promotional and marketing campaign in cities with lesser sales, and he further wants to push new mobile models of a particular brand in cities that provide higher sales, right? So what is our problem in this case? Find total sales or revenue generated from each of the wholesalers in current year's first quarter. Compare the first quarter total sale of year 2026 with the first quarter total sale of previous year 2025 to map the growth or decline in sales. Which first quarter month in 2025 gave the maximum sales and which month in 2026 first quarter is giving the maximum sale? Has the month-wise sales pattern changed? And find the top selling mobile model out of all mobile models from the highest selling brand. Compare the sales provided by male versus female wholesale proprietors. So you see, so many questions, so many smart business decision questions can be answered easily using Power BI, even if you are not aware of statistical computations. It does not require you to be a statistician to run Power BI, right? So here I have a display of the five brands: Relo, Pico, Reezer, Samu, and Me Too. These are the 5 brands, and these are the 3 models being launched by them at these price points. So you see, each has 3 models and 3 varying prices, all below 15,000. So this is something which I wanted to show you before we go into Power BI, because this is the kind of data we will be taking in, and we'll be answering all these questions which are mentioned over here in this business case study. Isn't it wonderful that without any statistics, easily you can take in the raw data and feed it into Power BI and answer all these questions? So how does it work? Steps in Power BI. You can see the first step is data import, then Power Query, wherein we will check the data for missing values. We'll check the data for readiness to be put into the modeling interface, and then we do the modeling. We link the data sets. We can import 2, 3, 4, as many as we have the data sets, and we can build a relationship between the data sets in Power BI quite easily. And then we do the data analysis expression, which is basically used for mathematical computations, just like you do some computations in Excel, finding out average sales, finding out profit, for finding out different mathematical computation which can be done using DAX. Then we have the visuals being made. We can select a number of visuals which are shown in Power BI, available in Power BI. We can build in flow charts, pie diagrams, donut charts, line charts. Lot of things can be done in the visuals. Then we have the dashboard or the report. Once we are ready with the visuals, we can have a dashboard, which is an interactive interface wherein when you share it with other people while publishing it on Power BI service, then they can have an interactive dashboard which can give them different values by checking on different levels of the variable which they want to know, right? So this is how you work in Power BI. These are the steps in Power BI. So now let us come back to our software and see. So I want to import the data files, and the data files which I have are, let me show you the data files also. This is the order data 2025, order data 2026, and the wholesaler profile. So let us see the wholesaler profile. So see, if the distributor has this data, there are 20 wholesalers. This is the first name and the surname of 20 wholesalers, and their gender and their city, and these are the seller ratings. So seller ratings based upon, you must have seen Google seller ratings. So this is based upon the customer satisfaction and customer ratings, how much do they rate upon their service, uh, which they are getting from that wholesaler, right? So in case of this, it is the retailers rating on the wholesalers. So how do the retailers rate these wholesalers? So seller rating, you find here, some of them are intentionally left blank by me so that I can show you what to do with these blank values in Power BI, because we cannot go ahead with the data in case we have blank values, but I'll show you what to do with these blank values, these missing values in Power BI, right? Then we'll see 2025 data set. So here you have the order ID, month. So you have January, February, and March because we are taking the first quarter of the year 2025. And then we have the dates, particular order dates, and wholesaler ID and brand, which model, how many quantities they purchased or placed an order with the distributor. So here the wholesaler is placing the order with the distributor, and they might place a number of orders on a particular date, not just one order, right? And then they have the sales. So depending on the price of the model, you multiply it with the quantity and you get the sales, right? So we have the sales for January, February, and March. So, and this data, we are going to take it in Power BI. Similarly, we have it for year 2026. Let me show you the year 2026 also. So this is year 2026, you see here. Again, the first quarter data from January to March, the wholesaler ID, the product, the brand, quantity ordered, and what was the sales for that. This is the sales for the distributor, how much money he got from the wholesaler as he placed, as the wholesaler placed these number of orders on a particular date. So again, they could have placed a number of orders on a particular date. So you see here W1, that is wholesaler ID 1. Now this unique variable wholesaler ID is present in all the three sheets. That is how we are going to link the three sheets, right? So it was present in the first wholesaler profile also, you see here wholesaler ID. So this unique variable is common in all the three sheets, right? And then it is present in 2025 also, wholesaler ID, and it is present in sheet all 2026 also, right? Wholesaler ID. So these are the three data sets which I have, and it's a data set of 150 orders. So you see here order number 1 to order number 150, right? So this is how I have, and let us now take it into Power BI. So I'll close these windows, and then I'll select over here Excel workbook connect, and then I have go into this folder which I just showed you, and I'll import the wholesale profile like this. So once it comes over here, I have to tick here in this box sheet 1 and press on load, and then the second data, again get data, Excel workbook, order data 2025, open, click on here and load data, and the third one 2026. So I have imported three Excel data files, loaded them in Power BI. How I can see them? You see here report view, table view, model view, DAX query view. So I have to go into table view. So when I go into table view, you see on the right side under data, you have sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3, right? Sheet 1 is the wholesaler profile, and sheet 2 is the data of 2025 year, and sheet 3 has the data of year 2026. Now you see it has automatically recognized the type of variable as it was date. So it has expanded the date format into words like 1st January 2026. In our Excel, it was 1/1/2026, right? So this is how it has captured it. And then you have all the things captured. You can just scroll and see whether it has captured all or not. This is for that purpose. And then what you have to do with here, this next step is that if you want, let us go into the first sheet This is first name and surname. So if I want that, I want to combine these two, how can I do that? Like I want the complete name, the full name, that is Rajiv Kumar. It should not be first name and surname. So what can I do in this case? So before we go into that, we must understand what is new measure and what is new column. New measure means that it will give you a compiled score of a variable, and new column means it will insert a new column. I'll go to home and then I go to transform data, and here in transform data I will have to select the first name, press Control button, select the second name. Now I've selected both the column first name and surname which I want to combine into a new column. I go to transform and then I click on merge column, and when I press on merge column, in separator I say a space because I want a space between Rajiv and Kumar, and new column name I can name it as full name like this and press OK. Now you see, instead of the first name and the surname column, I got a full name column which has a space in between the first name and second name, that is Rajiv Kumar. So in this sheet which I uploaded on Power BI, now Power BI will consider the full name because I have transformed it into a full name. If I desire it to be, I have to go and click on close and apply. So that will apply the changes on the data sheet, the file which I have imported, right? So I say close and apply, right? So you see here, now full name has come and we are again back on our home page wherein we have sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, right? So in sheet 1, now another thing is that we have the seller rating wherein we have missing values, right? So when we have these missing values, how to replace them with 0? So I can click over here because later on if I don't change it to 0, it will lead to problems in data computation and analysis when I apply the DAX functions, data analysis expressions, right? So I click on this column and then I go to sheet 1 and right click and then I press new column, right? I press new column, and in this new column I'll use a command which is coalesce. I use a command which is coalesce, and it says that you enter value 1 and value second, and it will return the first argument that does not evaluate to a blank value. If all arguments evaluate to blank values, blank is returned. So in this case, what will happen? I'll take this thing. In case this is blank, you see here it's blank, it will give me a value as 0. Where we have a rating like 3.6, it will just duplicate that rating as 3.6. So to get that seller rating, so I type over here seller rating and it will capture the seller rating variable from sheet 1. You got it? And then I put comma and I put a value that is 0, right? So you see, I use this function coalesce and I put a value 0. Say in case there was no value over here, it was absent, so that I instructed it to put 0 value. In case I want to put a mean value of these ratings over here, say for an instance the mean is 3.5. So in place of 0, I will mention 3.5, right? Like this, and you got it. Now you have the mean rating score in case you want to put a mean rating score. And further, we'll be talking more about the business case study which I showed you, and we'll be answering all these questions in the upcoming video. So stay tuned, keep watching, and do share the content with your friends and faculty colleagues so that they also get to know what is Power BI and they can easily use it without the knowledge of statistics, easily use Power BI to build their dashboards and reports.